Welcome to Elate, where we provide solutions to make people happier. On this episode, we will address how governments can secure the future of our younger generations. Today, we're diving into a radical idea that could change the course of our economies and societies forever. What if we removed high schools altogether and lowered the age of majority to 16? It might sound crazy at first, but stay with me as we explore why this could be the key to saving future generations from going broke and revitalizing our economies. Let's start by examining the current system. High school, for most teenagers, is a time filled with stress, rigid curriculums, and a focus on standardized tests. But is this really preparing them for the real world? For many, the answer is no. Studies show that a significant percentage of high school graduates feel unprepared for the workforce and life as an adult. Youth unemployment remains stubbornly high, and many young people find themselves saddled with debt from further education that may not lead to a job. So, is the traditional high school experience actually setting them up for success? What if we removed high schools entirely? Instead of spending 4 years in a classroom, students could focus on real-world skills and early career training. By the age of 16, many teens are more than capable of taking on responsibilities. In fact, in many cultures throughout history, 16-year-olds were considered adults. The current education system, which keeps young people in classrooms until they're 18 or even older, is a relatively recent development and may not be serving them well in today's fast-paced world. Imagine if instead of spending 2 more years in high school, 16-year-olds could choose to enter the workforce, start apprenticeships, or pursue their own business ventures. This would give them a head start on building their careers and financial independence, which is crucial in an era where economic stability is harder to achieve. Lowering the age of majority to 16 would align with this new approach. At 16, young people would be recognized as adults with full legal rights and responsibilities. This includes voting, signing contracts, and making their own decisions about their education and career paths. It may seem like a bold move, but it's not unprecedented. Countries like Brazil and Argentina allow 16-year-olds to vote, and in Scotland, 16-year-olds can vote in certain elections. By empowering young people earlier, we can foster a generation that is more engaged, more responsible, and more prepared to face the challenges of the modern world. This shift could lead to greater innovation, a stronger economy, and a more resilient society. Now let's consider another significant benefit of this proposal: its potential to address declining birth rates. Across many developed nations, we're seeing a worrying trend of decreasing population growth, largely due to young people delaying marriage and childbirth because of financial instability and career uncertainty. By allowing young people to enter the workforce and achieve financial stability earlier, we could encourage earlier marriages and family formation. When individuals feel financially secure, they are more likely to consider starting a family. Additionally, lowering the age of majority to 16 could naturally lead to lowering the age at which people consider starting a family. Furthermore, research shows that women are biologically more likely to have healthy pregnancies and births at younger ages. By enabling people to start families earlier, we could not only boost population growth, but also reduce the risks associated with later pregnancies. This approach could create a more balanced society where the financial and biological aspects of starting a family align more closely. Now let's address a common misconception: that age alone determines maturity. The truth is, maturity is not simply a matter of age. It's about when a person becomes financially independent and takes responsibility for their own life. In many cases, a 16-year-old who is working, managing their finances, and contributing to society can be far more mature than an 18-year-old who is still entirely dependent on their parents. Maturity comes from experience, from stepping out of the shadow of parental support and learning to navigate the complexities of adult life. By lowering the age of majority and removing the conventional high school pathway, we could encourage young people to develop these crucial life skills earlier. When young people are given the opportunity to take responsibility, they often rise to the occasion, showing a level of maturity that might surprise us. This shift in perspective could lead to a more capable and resilient generation, one that is ready to face the challenges of adulthood not because they've reached a certain age, but because they've gained the necessary experience and independence. Of course, such a drastic change would raise concerns. Critics might argue that 16-year-olds are too young to make such important decisions, or that removing high schools could exacerbate social inequalities. But let's think about it. With proper support systems, mentorship, and access to resources, 16-year-olds can thrive. We already see examples of young people excelling in entrepreneurship, technology, and activism. Moreover, this approach could be designed to offer more personalized pathways for young people, ensuring that everyone has the opportunity to succeed, regardless of their background. It's all about changing the mindset from school as the only path to learning through doing. And that could be the key to unlocking the potential of future generations. Reimagining education and lowering the age of majority are radical ideas, but they're rooted in the belief that our youth are capable, creative, and ready to contribute to society sooner than we think. By making these changes, we could set the stage for a stronger, more innovative future. We could also address one of the most pressing demographic challenges of our time: declining birth rates. And most importantly, we can foster a society where maturity is defined not by age, but by the ability to take responsibility and live independently. Thanks for watching. Join the conversation by leaving a comment below, and don't forget to subscribe for more episodes on how we can build a better future together.